What do you think should white play?
My knights are quite stuck. They can't do much.
Well, you have developed them.
I'm trying to see if I can engage my rook some way. The thing is, if I move my queen to f3, it attacks the knight. So it has to move the knight, and then I could give the d file to a rook. So then I've managed to move my queen, and I've managed to develop a rook.
And then whichever rook you take, you just give him enough time to castle. Yeah? Here, if we take a sober look at the position, we see one thing. We don't want to open up our king side, right? We have castled and f4, h4. These moves don't serve our cause, right? So let's elaborate how our knight and this bishop can become strong. And then one square really stands out. Which square of black's camp looks really weak?
g5 is not guarded.
But that's not on the queen side.
I don't know if it could be b5.
Here, it's protected by a pawn.
c5 is also protected.
Pick a square that is not protected by a pawn, and it's not protectable by a pawn.
On the queen side, that's not protected by the pawn.
And cannot be protected.
I think it's a5, but it's protected by the queen, so...
And the knight.
And the knight.
And black could play b6 later on, yeah? So which square cannot be protected by pawns on the queen side? By black pawn.
I see a7, but it's protected by the rook.
But you're right, a7 is a weak square. Another square along that diagonal that is weak.
Could it be b6?
Exactly.
I think I'm so scared because the queen is facing it.
But I just wanted to be named a square, or you name a square that is not protectable by a pawn. So b6. If we get enough control over b6, then we have a very good position, right? So how can we achieve that?
The good thing is my dark squared bishop is already facing it. I could move my knight to a4.
But I would love to have that square controlled by a pawn, because a pawn covering b6 will make matters much worse for black. How can you control b6 with a pawn?
That would be very difficult to get a pawn that would require so many moves.
2 moves.
So I could push the a pawn first to a4 and then to a5.
And not only are you on your way to a5, you're also preventing b5. So this move serves multiple purposes. Now, in the game, if something like bishop g7 was played, you would play a5 as mentioned. And just to illustrate this, you can improve your position. Now you can play something like this, for example. And black is suffering a lack of space, right?